Hey everyone. Ready for a deep dive into something you might not expect?
What's that?
We're going to be talking about dummy content.
Dummy content, like placeholder stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of thing you use when you're building a website. But this is more than just tech talk. We found this blog post from Now Technology Systems. They're an Australian company.
Okay.
And they had some really cool ideas about how dummy content can actually teach you about, like, user experience
Interesting.
and design thinking and, like, even how to make your website stand out. You know, so it's not just for web designers.
So, like, even if I'm not building a website.
Exactly. There's something here for everyone.
Yeah.
All right. So let's start with, like, the basics. What is dummy content?
Well, I mean, I think of it as like, the placeholder stuff.
Yeah.
But they use this really cool analogy in the blog post.
Oh, yeah.
I say it's like a mannequin in a shop window.
Ooh, I like that.
You can see how the clothes, or the website in this case, would look
Right.
before you even have, the actual finished product.
Yeah, it's like seeing the potential
Exactly.
without all the distractions of the real content.
Right. And that's what's so powerful. You can focus on, like, the structure first.
Right.
The layout, the design elements, make sure everything flows nicely before you get bogged down.
Oh, I see. Before you get bogged down in, like, the actual words.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
And it's not just for websites either.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, think about, like, writing a report or designing a presentation.
Yeah.
You can use placeholders there too, to test things out, see how it all comes together.
It's like sketching out an idea
Exactly.
before you finalize it.
Right. And they actually use the phrase focus on design in the blog post.
Focus on design. And that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
Getting those, like, core elements right.
The foundation.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay, that's making more sense now.
And you know what else they highlighted?
What's that? No data loss fear.
No data loss fear.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because you're basically playing in a sandbox. You can experiment freely.
Yeah, without messing anything up.
Exactly.
You can try, like, crazy stuff.
Yeah. Be way more creative.
Oh, I like that.
You can't really break anything.
Freedom to experiment, huh?
Exactly. That's where the magic happens.
Well, that's cool. So they get into, like, the specifics of how to add dummy content to a website, all the technical stuff. But we won't bore you with that.
No.
The point is, it's not that hard. Anyone can do it.
Yeah. Now, there was something that caught my eye in the blog post.
Oh, what was that?
They talk a lot about making sure your website is aligned with Australian standards.
Yeah, I noticed that too.
What's that all about?
Like, they really emphasize mobile-first design, because everyone in Australia is, like, always on their phone.
That's interesting.
So it's not just like a bonus anymore.
Yeah.
Making your website look good on a phone is essential. Yeah. It makes you think, how much does location affect the online experience?
That's a good question.
What works in one place might not work in another.
Right.
It's like learning that website speed is, like, super important in Australia.
Oh, yeah, they mentioned that.
It makes you wonder, is that becoming, like, a global expectation?
Maybe. All right, so back to dummy content. They also talked about using it to test, like, navigation and even SEO.
SEO, right.
Making sure your website shows up in search results.
Makes sense.
And even security features.
Oh, yeah, because you want to catch any problems early. Right?
Exactly, like a test run.
It's like a dress rehearsal.
Yeah. Okay, so let's bring this back to, like, our listeners.
Okay, yeah.
How can they use this concept of dummy content in their own projects?
You know what? I think it's about taking a step back and using those placeholders.
Yeah.
To test out your ideas before you commit to that final product.
Oh, I see. Like a brainstorming tool, almost.
Exactly.
That's pretty cool. It's funny how something that seems so technical, like dummy content, can actually be so helpful in, like, all these different areas.
Right. It's all about thinking creatively and strategically.
Yeah.
And using those simple tools to make your creative process better.
Awesome. So we've talked about dummy content.
Right.
Now, what about making your website stand out?
Yes, that's where the fun begins. Choosing the right theme.
The theme.
The look and feel of your website. That's super important.
Yeah, it's got to be appealing.
And the blog post actually touches on that too.
Oh, really?
They talk about how important it is to tailor your design choices to your audience.
Right, like those Australians who love their phones.
Exactly. You got to know who you're trying to reach.
Yeah. And it's not just about, looking pretty. They also talk about aligning with Australian standards.
Oh, right, right.
Especially when it comes to accessibility.
Yeah, making sure everyone can use your website.
Exactly. No matter their abilities.
That's so important.
And you know what else?
Yeah.
They stressed how much Australians value speed.
Speed. Yeah, we talked about that.
They even recommend using a tool called GT Metrics.
GT Metrics.
Yeah, to test your website's performance.
Well, it makes sense, right? Australians, they're known for their fast-paced lifestyle.
True, true.
So naturally, they'd expect websites to load quickly, too.
And that's where all the technical stuff comes in. You know, choosing the right hosting server.
Right.
Optimizing images, making sure your code's all clean.
It's like packing a suitcase.
Packing a suitcase.
Yeah. A well-organized suitcase is easier to carry than one that's crammed full.
Oh, I get it. A streamlined website loads faster.
Exactly.
Okay, that's a good analogy.
So we've got dummy content for testing. We've got the importance of knowing your audience. But there's one more thing they emphasize.
What's that?
Security.
Oh, right. Even with dummy content, got to be safe.
Exactly. Strong passwords, keeping your software up to date, all those basics. They even suggest testing your security with dummy content.
Oh, interesting.
You know, like, see if your forms are vulnerable to spam.
Oh, okay.
That kind of thing.
So thinking ahead.
Exactly. Proactive security.
Okay. But let's step back for a second.
Okay.
Why is all this important?
Because in today's world, you need a good website. It's not optional anymore. It's essential.
Especially for businesses.
Right. Whether you're a small business owner or a big company, your website is like your online storefront.
It's that first impression.
Exactly.
And first impressions matter.
Absolutely. And that's where a company like now Technology Systems comes in.
Oh, right.
They specialize in helping businesses create websites that are not just pretty.
Right.
But they work well, they're secure, they're optimized.
Immediate results.
Exactly. And what's really cool is they don't just stop at the design.
Oh, what else do they do?
They offer a whole bunch of other services like SEO optimization,
Oh, okay.
website maintenance, and ongoing support.
So they're there for the long haul.
Yeah, it's like a holistic approach.
That's pretty impressive.
And, you know, we'll be diving deeper into all of that in part 2 of this deep dive.
Ooh, a cliffhanger.
But before we go, let's leave you with a question. If website speed is so important in Australia,
Yeah.
what does that tell us about, like, online expectations everywhere else?
Ooh, that's a good one to think about.
And if you want to learn more about Now Technology Systems and their services, you can check out their website.
Put a link in the show notes. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. We'll see you next time.
See you then. Welcome back. We're continuing our deep dive into building awesome websites. Last time we were talking about how important speed is for those Aussie users.
Yeah, and it got us thinking, are people everywhere expecting websites to be faster these days?
It's a good question. It actually connects to another thing they talk about in this blog post, SEO. Search engine optimization.
Yeah, SEO. It sounds kind of scary.
A lot of people think that.
But really, it's just about, like, helping Google find your website.
Right, exactly. Because what's the point of having a beautiful website if nobody can find it?
True, true.
So SEO is all about making your site attractive to those search engines.
Okay. So, like, what, we got to put up a big sign that says, "Hey, Google, over here."
Pretty much. And you know what? They actually say you can use dummy content to test your SEO strategies.
Really? Dummy content for SEO.
Yeah. See how things like your website structure, even the placeholder text, might affect where you ranked in search results?
So it's like a practice run for your website before you actually launch it.
Exactly. You can practice your SEO moves.
I like it.
They even talk about testing what they call dummy link behavior. Using these SEO plugins, making sure the links on your site actually make sense, you know?
Yeah, so it's easy to navigate, both for people and for those Google bots.
Right. It all comes back to user experience. And remember how important website speed is, especially in Australia.
Oh, yeah, they kept bringing that up.
They said Australians value speed and recommended a tool, GT Metrics, to test how fast your website is.
Makes sense. Nobody wants to wait forever for a website to load, especially on their phones.
It's a global trend, I think. Faster internet, faster phones. People are just used to things happening quickly.
Yeah, instant gratification.
Exactly. So they give some technical tips for speeding up your site, choosing the right hosting server, optimizing images, all that stuff.
Right. But it's also about having a clean design, right?
Yeah.
Not too much clutter.
Oh, absolutely. It's like packing a suitcase.
Another suitcase analogy.
Well, it works. If your suitcase is organized, it's easier to carry. Same with a website.
Okay, I see that. So a clean website loads faster.
That's it. Design and functionality go hand in hand. And that's what Now Technology Systems is all about.
Right, making websites that not only look good, but work well, too.
Exactly. And they have all these services like SEO optimization, maintenance, support. They really focus on the Australian market, you know?
Yeah, they mentioned aligning with Australian standards, especially for accessibility.
It's impressive how they go beyond just building the website. They're there for the long haul, making sure it runs smoothly.
Yeah, it's like they're tending to a garden, keeping it healthy.
That's a great way to put it, because a lot of people forget building the website is just the first step. You got to keep it updated, keep it safe.
Okay, so we've talked about SEO.
Oh.
But what about the actual content on the website? Content marketing, right?
Ah, yes. Content marketing. That's where things get really interesting. This is about telling your story, connecting with your audience.
Yeah, they didn't go too deep into that in the blog post, but they did mention creating content that people actually want to read.
And that's the key, right? Content that's valuable, informative, maybe even entertaining.
Yeah, something that keeps people coming back for more.
Exactly. It's like you're creating a magnet for your ideal customer. And there are so many types of content you can create. Blog posts, videos, infographics.
Ooh, infographics. Those are fun.
Yeah. The possibilities are endless. It's about finding what works for you and your audience.
Okay, so be creative. Experiment with different formats.
Exactly. And remember, speed matters here too. People are busy. They want information quickly.
Yeah, nobody wants to read a novel just to get their question answered.
Right. Keep your content concise, get to the point, and use visuals to break things up, make it easier to digest.
Don't forget those calls to action. Tell people what you want them to do.
Absolutely. Make it clear and make it easy for them to take that next step.
So creating the content is one thing. But how do we get it in front of people?
That's where SEO and social media come in. Use those keywords, share your content everywhere.
And engage with people, respond to comments, build a community.
It's all about those connections. That's what makes content marketing so powerful. But remember, this isn't a one-time thing. It's an ongoing process.
You got to be patient, consistent.
Exactly. And be willing to adapt, because you're always learning what works best.
All right, so let's recap. SEO is crucial for helping people find your website. Content marketing is about creating stuff people actually want to read.
And don't forget about speed and user experience. Those are essential.
And having support, ongoing maintenance, like those gardeners tending to the website.
Exactly. So think about your own website. Are you using SEO? Are you creating engaging content?
Good questions to ask yourself.
And if you're feeling lost, remember, there are resources out there to help, like Now Technology Systems.
Yeah, they seem like they really know their stuff.
They do. They offer expert advice, tailored solutions. They're there to help you succeed.
Awesome. So take a deep breath, and let's dive into this exciting world of online content creation. And we're back for the final part of our deep dive.
This time, we're tackling content marketing.
Yeah, the heart and soul of any website.
We've talked about all the technical stuff.
Right.
But content, that's where you really connect with people.
And remember how Now Technology Systems talked about those Australian standards?
Mm-hmm.
Making sure websites work for everyone. Well, that applies to content too, right?
Oh, absolutely. Accessibility is crucial.
So like using clear language.
Yeah, clear language. Alt text for images, so screen readers can describe them.
Oh, right.
And captions for videos. It's about making sure everyone can enjoy your content.
Makes sense. And what about like mobile-first design? They talked about that a lot.
It's essential for content too. Think about it. You're reading something on your phone.
Yeah.
You don't want to be zooming and scrolling all over the place.
No, definitely not.
Keep those paragraphs short. Use clear headings. Make sure your visuals look good on any screen size.
Right. It's all about knowing how people are actually consuming your content.
Exactly. And that brings us back to the most important thing, knowing your audience.
Yeah. Who are you talking to?
What are they interested in? What are their problems? Once you know that,
you can create content that they actually care about.
Right. Content that helps them, that answers their questions. And that ultimately makes them want to stick around.
So what kind of content can people create? I mean, there's going to be tons of options, right?
Oh, there are so many. Blog posts, articles, videos, infographics.
Infographics, those are always cool.
Ebooks, case studies, social media posts. You can even do quizzes and polls.
Wow, that's a lot.
It's about finding what you enjoy doing and what works for your audience.
Experiment, right.
Exactly. See what gets people excited. And remember that speed thing?
Oh, yeah.
It matters for content, too. People are busy. They don't have all day to read something.
Keep it short and sweet.
Exactly. Get to the point. Use visuals. Make it easy to skim and understand.
And what about those calls to action? You know, telling people what to do next.
So important. Make it crystal clear what you want them to do. Visit your website, sign up for your email list, whatever it is.
Okay, so we created this amazing content. How do we get it out there?
That's where SEO and social media come in. Use those keywords. Share your content everywhere.
And don't forget to, actually talk to people, respond to comments, answer questions.
Right. It's a two-way street. You want to build those relationships.
Content marketing isn't just a one-time thing either, right?
Nope. It's a long game. You got to be consistent. Keep creating. Keep sharing.
And be patient.
Exactly.
Wow.
Rome wasn't built in a day.
So we've covered a lot of ground in this deep dive.
We have, from dummy content to SEO to content marketing.
It's all connected.
It is. It's all about creating a website that works, that people love, and that gets results.
And if you're looking for help along the way, check out Now Technology Systems. They seem like a great resource.
They are. They know their stuff, and they're passionate about helping businesses succeed online.
Well, that's all for this deep dive. We hope you learned some valuable stuff. And we'll see you next time.